Hello and welcome to American Truck Simulator. Now, the reason we're looking at controls is I sort of want to talk about. I'm not going to talk about this the whole video, by the way, is where someone, a bigger YouTuber, messed up in a couple of ways. He was doing a review of the SKRS Shift mod, which I don't have yet because every time I have money, it's out of stock. But the idea of the SKRS is, and I will eventually get one, it has toggles on the shifter like more realistic to real life. Now, shift position. Now, I have my shifter set up in the Eaton Fuller layout where left and up is your reverse, left and down is your low range for like hill starts and stuff. Then you have your 1, 2, 3, 4 standard Eaton Fuller. Then I'm only in a 13 speed, so only the second range is split into 5 low and 5 high, 6 low, 6 high, 7 low, 7 high, etc. Now, there are a couple of mistakes he made. A proper Eaton Fuller only makes unsynchronized transmissions, which means there's no synchronized rings in transmissions. In real world terms, this means when you're shifting the first, the second, basically you can shift it into neutral, let the RPMs drop, and then slide it in the second with no clutch. It can be rough in the transmission if you're not used to this, but if you get good with it, you get good with it. The other thing is he made a mistake is when splitting between like low and high, he was shifting out of gear. You don't do that. What you do is you take your foot off the throttle, hit the splitter, and it should shift. It's a pneumatic switch in real life, and that it just splits. It's an unsynchronized transmission. It doesn't need that much clutch. The only time you should really be using the clutch in an unsynchronized transmission is going from a standstill. Or downshifting. Now, I wish to point out, back when I done the Euro Truck videos, I believe I was an automatic. I don't think I've done one with a shifter. They have it messed up. It's not realistic in Euro Truck, and it's a synchronized transmission, so you're clutching between gears. To the point where I had this really bad habit of like shifting into the next gear, going through that previous gear, and then stamping in the clutch, and it would flip over to the next gear. Super fucking quickly, by the way. Can't do that here. But anyway, let's talk about my truck. This is, some people have seen it. It was at the event. I'll post a link below to my screenshots of it, where there was a big event in multiplayer to do with the anniversary. I love this truck. I adore this truck. I live in this truck at times. I usually have a Jim Palmer layout on it, but I've taken that off for the minute. Anyway, let's get into the truck. Let's look around. I haven't done any of the cabin adjustments yet. There, that's better. So yeah, you can adjust steering wheels now. Let's go look at the new shift knobs. Even though no real trucker will put them on their truck because they're illegal in quite a lot of states, because they can cause major wrist injuries. I had the clutch there just because I messed up that shift, because I'm trying to talk and drive at the same time. Now, I have mods in, like the noises for starting and stuff like that, and even the engines. I will post all those down below. They're Steam Workshop. They're all just you click and download. Of course, they're not compatible with multiplayer. They're all Coyotes fabulous noises. Yeah, I know, I'm still getting used to it, but this is the prop where you're supposed to shift with an automatic transmission. Now, I have the speed set in my wheel so I can just split, so I can just knock the transmission up or down as needed. Sorry, not the transmission, the speed. I'm a little bit jumpy with the thing because I've been playing so many games recently that don't have auto-cancelling indicators. The other thing is, it's weird. The last game I played with non-auto-cancelling was Bus Simulator 16. And the way it does controls for the... Oh, lag spike there. The way it does the controls for the thing is weird. You're not indicating right or left, you're moving... The control is for moving the thing up or down. So to cancel it, you would... So say you're indicating right, you would hit left to cancel that. Which in a way is more realistic. I meant to hit enter there. Anyway, let's look at this. I'm just going to stick my normal thing way back on it, fuck it. Anyway, I've listened here. I actually prefer this. This is actually, I believe, an outdated layout. Like, there's actually a gap down here now for a fridge. And like, I believe there's now a window over here. And there's also, like, built in, there's a TV mount back there. I prefer this interior. I actually think it looks better than this one. But that's just me. Anyway, this is the paint job I usually have. Yes, it's to do with Ally Knight. She's a YouTuber I love watching. I have all these unlocked. Anyway, are there any new things? My wheel's all painted because I like it. Bull bars. I would love a black bull bar. And I don't like deflectors. And I actually keep my truck pretty clean, neat looking. The one thing I would love to change, like, I'm sure you could probably get them out there, is I would love to have the brim of, I'm just going to call them hats. I'd love to have the brim painted black. Because my only other option is to chrome those nuts, which I don't really want to do. I prefer these exhausts because in real life in Arizona you have to be really careful because a lot of the rest areas are like just brush, dust lots, and the eco exhaust can set those on fire. No. Those aren't that bad, but again, I wouldn't mount them myself because they're illegal in so many places. I've thrown that over there because I find it actually blocks your view in this truck more than the trucks in your truck. When it's sitting like right in front of you. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do to the truck. I'm not going to stick a knob on. So anyway, let's pick up a load. Where should we go? I don't pick up external contracts because they have a built-in limiter in them. I'd love to go into Arizona if all possible. Preferably northern Arizona. Kingman? I'm driving up north there to the railway depot, I assume that is. I'll do that and I hopefully have left the GPS on. Find out in a second. I'm just going to turn the GPS on for this because I'm focusing on talking as well as driving, so I sort of don't want to be focusing as well on where I'm going. These are all my settings if you need to see them. Let's see. The four seems to be playing up. I know it seems like I'm shifting while quick there, but I'm not actually using a clutch for that. I'm looking into, I said this in Foremost, I'm looking into Tracker 5. But it's very expensive to get here in the UK. I will eventually get it. And yes, I follow speed limits. If you're looking for fuel economy in this game, you're looking to be bang on when you're cruising at that 1500 RPM mark. Is the butter zone for fuel economy in these engines. I have a transmission mod in. I haven't really used it because I need to talk to my expert to get him to explain gearing ratios so I can fully choose a good transmission that has a mix between a good top speed, good acceleration and good fuel economy. Are you... One thing I've always hated about the NPCs in this game, they've no fucking sense of looking around them and going, oh, I'm merging into this lane, he has right of way. It bugs the crap out of me. Because they just pull out in front of you, they don't give a damn. I'm going to mark this video as mature because I get road rage at some of these things. This may be a two-parter. I'm sort of thinking two-parters are going to be either Tuesday or Thursday. Wednesday's going to be random. Friday's going to be a stream, hopefully. And then Saturday I'm going to throw up a recording of that stream. I'm actually getting decent FPS. No, I bet he's going to sit here for ages because he cares more about the NPCs than he does me. I'm in neutral. I'm having a problem with at the minute, so I changed the new chair, and because my brake pedal's better weighted, because brake pedals are supposed to be heavy so you can't just slam on them. My new chair is in better condition, the bearings and all the wheels are better, so when I press on the brake, I roll back. I'm surprised no one's come out with a gaming chair with wheels that has a brake on it that you can activate from the chair until someone actually links one to me. Now what I did there is I went far right because there's actually 8 positions on the shifter and I'm not using 2 of them. Now I'm actually a little bit low down there, so but if you look at my fuel economy, it's up there in the 7s. My fuel economy in online is terrible because I tend to run with people who are just like, this is way too low. This is a genuine thing, California, I believe, the 55, by the way. Yes, I just stalled it out. And that's what low range is for. I'm actually clutching the lower gears because I'm having so much trouble with them at the minute. I'm gonna skip the reins here. The transmission is this transmission can take me skipping 7. The thing with these transmissions, I didn't just skip 1 gear, I skipped 2. And unlike Fernbus, the speed limits have always been bang on in this game as soon as you cross the sign. They're a bit of a cunt in this game at times about putting speed cameras behind fucking speed signs. Like, the other thing is I think speed cameras should be physical things. Try not to burn out my engine. Script off something, aren't I? Yep, I can feel it through the steering wheel. Get that annoying reverse paper off for a second. Now I have advanced coupling on, which means I just had to reverse up this trailer and should do a nice little animation. Now there's none of this in this game of like sliding tandems and stuff. I actually shift better when I'm loaded. That was me just completely messing up shifting it, trying to shift in the second instead of fourth. Now this should really be a giveaway, but there's no traffic here. Because that's a non-spawning entrance. And it's annoying that I know that, but it is. I love the force feedback, it's just the right weight in this game. Of where I'm not fighting with it, but at the same time I'm not... At the same time I'm getting feedback, I can feel the road, I can feel the engine. And what that whine is, believe it or not, that's the turbo. Now, basic thing is, the reason these trucks have so many gears is their engines only produce the torque needed for these loads between certain RPM ranges. I'm a cheeky, I have the power here. So, it's so many gears to try and keep the engine in that sweet as a nut. Like, honestly, some of the RPMs I take this engine up there, I shouldn't be. It's annoying, but it happens in real life where I have to drive out to pick something up to drive back through where I got the job. Now, what the other thing they haven't added is now that's called riding the clutch. Is a very bad technique for driving, but I actually think this transmission shifts far better loaded. Now I have 3/4 of a tank of fuel. I've got like 7 hours of driving. I'm possibly going to split this. I'll probably split around the 45-minute mark, and I'm just going to do it cheap, and I'm just going to stop and start the recording again. I'm not that good at video editing. I've never really done it before. But at the same time, YouTube's not at a point for me where I could justify like going to a proper video editing course and learning how to do it, because I would look for good software and all at that point and start doing this properly. Like, I have no delusions. It's a very low chance now of breaking into that YouTube elite of where you're doing this as a job. I hate that generation of Mustang. They've sort of fixed it now, but it's such a weird selection of cars in the start of this game. Yeah, this muscle memory is starting to come back to me. You can barely hear the transmission complaining now. I'm just going to let him sit in front of me. I'm sitting at the speed limit. They need to fix some of the speed limits like this. This road probably would not be 30. Like, it's all set up for higher speeds with the crash barriers in the middle and stuff. And I would love to see more of a pulse of traffic where, like, at rush hour you are, like maybe in Tennessee, and you're sitting bumper to bumper. I wouldn't mind that. One of my roads that I hate the most in this game. See, I'm probably going to go up to petrol station up here at the end of this road. And then I'm gonna break off there, and then the next episode will just be me driving, shifting and talking. I'll not be talking about comparing this to the AI and this is better than Euro Truck. I'll not be talking about SKRS, or I'll not be explaining my shifting as much, because I know my shifting. There's going to be one guy going to comment that my shifting in this is terrible, because it is. But I love this game. It's just such a relaxing, especially like this is a game I can turn this game up to 1080 and be happy. It's the only game in my games library I'm happy with this game at full 1080 rotation, because I'm using the T500 RS. Its full is the full 1080 rotation. There's the engine, it's pulled me up to speed, now it's settling in. You should see my thing. I'll actually keep the weight in this video. The maximum weight of a truck, I believe, is like 80,000 pounds. I'd need to double check that. I'll probably do that in between videos, and I'll top up juice and all in between. There are in some states like an £150 allowance for APUs, which are like a generator which you can put in your truck that draws diesel from the tank. But basically gives you like normal wall voltage out of plugs at the back. And it also runs air conditioning and stuff while the engine's off. I'm always terrible at this. I should be way forward. Clear this side. I'm really doing something I shouldn't. Don't you dare slow down, because you're going to stop me getting the fucking gap. So I really should have been turning before this, but never do that in real life, obviously. Get in the fucking floor shape. Yep, this video and its counterpart are going to be marked mature. I'm not too bad for swearing, so I might let it slip, but because like I know I shouldn't be swearing in front of children, but at the same time, children are going to hear swearing. There's going to be no changing that. So one thing I'd like to see in this game is this is sort of a legal requirement. Nope. Wrong one. £60,000, so I'm actually on the light side. Things I'd love to see in this game are... I'd love to see like having to shift tandems, having to watch your trailer's fuel, because that's a reefer. It's a refrigerated trailer. It will have its own... I don't seem to have it. Maybe that's it? That little tank there hanging in front of that flap. That might be its fuel tank. The idea is it basically you should be hearing it running right now. What are we hauling? I never fucking checked. Yeah, it should be running. We're hauling frozen goods. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute. We're about 30 minutes in. A little bit shorter than I'd like. Yeah, but that basically divides her out in two, so yeah. See you in a minute. Well, about a week for you.